Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I specifically want to talk about um, what a Dragon Master sacrifices for the narrative. Okay, and I want to talk about this in context to the 5 out of 5 star film, Bad Boys: Ride or Die. Bad Boys 4. With Martin Lawrence and with Will Smith, Marcus and Mike back in action, Miami Transcendent, and there's a lot for every Dragon Master to learn from Bad Boys for Life. Oh, I'm sorry, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Why they didn't name this Bad Boys FOUR Life? I don't know. This was Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Fantastic movie. And what I want to talk about today is what a Dragon Master sacrifices for the narrative. Now you're like, wait a second, Scott, what are you talking about? Dragon Master sacrifices. So first of all, when I say Dragon Master, you say Dungeons and Dragons player. When I say Dragon Master, you say Dungeons and Dragons player. I mean Dungeons and Dragons player when I say Dragon Master. It's a better title. The words player for Dungeon Masters, for if you have a Dungeon Master and then you call the rest of the people at the table player, it is insulting. It is belittling. It is demeaning. And it is one thing we got wrong for 5 decades. One Dungeon Master, 5 Dragon Masters, right? The people who build the world with their player characters, all right? Which I call Dragon Master characters. Let's get into this, okay? So, Scott, what do you mean sacrifice? Dragon Masters don't sacrifice nothing, right? Well, you're right. Dragon Masters did sacrifice nothing for 50 years because we did Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years. I'm here to fix the future. I'm here to make it so that the next 50 years is done right. All right, so let me explain exactly how that happens. All right, okay, so Dragon Master should be sacrificing for the narrative that happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table. Now, the reason you've never heard anybody on YouTube saying that a Dragon Master needs to sacrifice for the narrative is prior to this, there was nothing to sacrifice for. We said Dungeons and Dragons is for fun. Nobody sacrifices anything for fun. You don't sacrifice for cotton candy, right? You don't sacrifice for a balloon, right? And for the first 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons, we used the most powerful human improvement engine, the most powerful secular human improvement engine in the world, the most powerful prediction engine in the world to accomplish nothing, right? We're like, this is fun. This is about goblin chopping. This is about swilling beer for 4 hours and creating nothing of memory, nothing of value, nothing real, right? Those days are done, right? I'm talking about running Dungeons and Dragons for purpose, running Dungeons and Dragons for experiential modeling, running Dungeons and Dragons for social experiments, exactly like is being done by our sister product, Lego, right? I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons for purpose, right? Dungeons and Dragons for meaning, Dungeons and Dragons for real, right? And, and for 50 years, we were warned against. We did everything possible to avoid bleed. Now we're leaning in and approaching controlled bleed, right? We are truly, entering into a new era, right? What I'm talking about has never been done before, right? There's never been a table capable of it. But here's where we're at, okay? And what I'm saying is that Dragon Masters need to sacrifice for narrative. Now, how do we do that? How do we sacrifice for narrative? Where will we learn that from? Well, guess what? Will Smith is here to teach us, right? So, one, if you're a Dungeon Master or if you're a Dragon Master, you should go see Bad Boys Ride or Die. And the reason why is it shows how a Dragon Master would sacrifice. So Will Smith does something incredible in this film, something not expected. All right, so first of all, 5 out of 5 star movie. Oh, by the way, sorry, spoilers for Bad Boys spoilers for Bad Boys Ride or Die. Okay? All right. So, this was brilliantly written. Absolutely brilliantly written. And it was brilliantly written. It's actually a beautiful story. So basically, there's been a formula for every Bad Boys movie beforehand, right? Will Smith shows up in Will Smith's, right? Hey everybody, I'm the alpha male. Check me do this incredibly dangerous thing, right? I'm gonna shoot this guy in the face, but I'm gonna slide through grass to do it. I'm gonna jump off this bridge and land on a boat. And I'm going to do all this super cool stuff, and my muscles are going to ripple, and they're going to show the gleam off of my eye. And my gun is always going to be toward the light, right? And Will Smith, right? He did what everybody expected. He leading man, right? And then Martin Lawrence buffooned it up, right? Oh, I'm not in shape. Martin Lawrence, oh, I'm the comedy relief. Martin Lawrence, oh, I'm a gag. Oh, I'm here to just say something stupid, right? That was the formula, and guess what? It worked. It worked for 3 movies. These movies were incredibly successful, right? And the way we got past this was we were like, oh, well, Will Smith really loves, Martin Lawrence, right? And that was supposed to make it okay, right? That Martin Lawrence had to be the butt of every joke, right? And Will Smith always had to be the alpha male, and nothing ever rattled him, right? And it was bad, it wasn't bad. It really worked, and the reason why was the sacrifice was always on Martin Lawrence, right? And there was never any sacrifice from Will Smith. Well, guess what, man? They did it. They delivered. They completely flipped it. Right? And in this movie, 100% of the time, Martin Lawrence is the hero. Martin Lawrence is the alpha male. Martin Lawrence is the guy who gets all the cool moves, right? And get this, Will Smith is the buffoon. Will Smith is the comedy relief. Will Smith is the one you laugh at. The Will Smith is the one that looks and acts like a fool for the whole movie. And how do they do this, right? Well, the biggest thing they do is they give Will Smith a panic attack every time he needs to do something cool, and it makes it just so that he spends most of his time sniveling in fear on the floor. And it's incredible. It's incredible because it's Will Smith in a way you have never seen him before, right? As the butt of every joke. All the alpha male signals are gone, right? And this is Will Smith doing this when he is coming back post-slap, when he needs to be the coolest, right? When he needs to remind everybody who he is. And Will Smith comes on the screen and says, I am a laughable joke. Every time I need to protect someone, every time I need to show up and do up, every time I need to man up, every time I need to find my two, I am nothing. I am a ball of fear. I cannot be relied on. I am nothing. Laugh at me, pity me, I'm nothing. And it's incredible because it's sacrifice. And it works. It works. It completely flips 3 films. And it shows a selflessness in Will Smith that makes you want to forgive him because you see incredible growth in him. At the time he needed most to remind people, I am a man. I am not to be laughed at. I am a man. I am strong. I am a man. Do not pity me. He invited pity, laughter, and complete degradation. And that is true sacrifice. And the narrative is more powerful for it, right? Now, what did he do the sacrifice for? I think a fool would say he sacrificed for the millions of dollars he was paid. I think a fool would say that he sacrificed... No, actually, let's back it up. A fool would say he sacrificed for the money. I think he sacrificed for Martin Lawrence first. I think he realized Martin Lawrence did a lot to make these movies work at his own personal cost. right? And people did not take Martin Lawrence seriously, right? And so he got to catch all the laughter while while Will Smith got to catch all the glory, right? And this was an incredibly selfless act on the part of Will Smith, saying, I'm going to take the blows, I'm going to take it this time, and you're going to be the star, right? And the way they did this on the Martin Lawrence side was he had a heart attack at the beginning of the show, and when he came out, he knew it was not his time. He knew he would not die for at least another year, and that the next 360 days he was bulletproof, literally bulletproof. Nothing he could do could kill him. And nobody else believed this, but he knew it, and he was fearless, and he was invulnerable. And he's the perfect picture of a man. Fearless, invulnerable, reckless, right? Incredible, right? And it was really powerful, right? And what does it accomplish? Well, it restores Will Smith. It says, okay, it's time to forgive this guy. He is grown. He is selfless. He is a hero, a personal hero. He is a role model again, right? And one bad day does not define you. One bad day does not define you. One bad day does not define you. And if you apologize and you grow and people understand, you can move past a crisis. That's incredible. That's a cultural statement sitting in the middle of an action movie. That's incredible, right? And the nation is going to learn. America's going to learn what it takes to be a man, what it takes to get it back, to get glory back. That's important, right? Now, why does every Dragon Master need to do this? Because there are narratives that need to be delivered at the table that are going to transform lives at that table. There are lessons that can only be learned through Gary Gygax's legacy, right? You have a choice. You could keep listening to fools who tell you the purpose of Dungeons & Dragons is fun and accomplish nothing, improve no one, including yourself. Or you can seize Gary's legacy, seize it, take it, own it, do it, be it. You can seize it and say, I'm here for everything Dungeons & Dragons can deliver. I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to improve. I'm here to transform. And it only comes when every single Dragon Master, the red Dragon Master, the white Dragon Master, the blue Dragon Master, the green Dragon Master, the black Dragon Master, when every Dragon Master shows up at the table for purpose, has abandoned fun, and is questing for personal improvement. When there are 5 Will Smiths at the table, that's when Dungeons & Dragons arrives, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. You get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider to like and subscribe and have a Fetch Millennium. One other thing I'm just going to throw in here. I do edit my videos. Often I will delete my videos if I'm too spun up. And I've learned this, and I just want to communicate it to you. I am so passionate about films that my emotions do spring very high when I go to the movies. It just fills me. It refreshes me. And my emotions are at the tip of my being, right? So if I seem emotional, I am, right? And I do everything I can to keep that tamp down, but I really am genuinely excited about American film. I feel like I'm holding its hand as it's dying, and I'm the last person there at the bedside. You know, the way Will Smith was at Martin Lawrence's bedside after he had a heart attack. And I'm really excited to be witnessing the death of American cinema. I'm really thankful to God that I was here at this moment. I got to see it at its height, and I'm seeing it in its death throes, right? But at the same time, I'm excited to see the absolutely massive launch of Dungeons and Dragons into its second 50. It's 50 for purpose. The first 50 were wasted on fun. The second 50 are going to be used for purpose, in my humble opinion. Thank you.